Well, hey, Bishop Carter, it's so good to see you.
Great to see you, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're journeying here through Watkins. We're going to start looking at your book on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings. And I would love for my congregation just to get to know you a little bit. And so, can you tell us just about who you are and kind of what you're up to, and then we'll ask you about the book.
Great. Well, grace and peace to you, the people of Watkins, United Methodist Church. It's great to be with Rob. So appreciate his leadership and friendship. My name is Ken Carter. I was a pastor of the United Methodist Church for 28 years. I've been a bishop for starting 12, most of that in Florida, now in Western North Carolina, which is actually my home conference. And I love the United Methodist Church. We're not a perfect church. We're not the only church, but we have a way of being church that to me helps me in my following Jesus and trying to be a disciple and a witness in the world for the grace of Jesus and his love. And so the book, Unrelenting Grace, came out of a talk I gave as I was concluding those years in Florida. A lot happened in Florida. They had the Pulse murders, the Parkland shootings, the Trayvon Martin death, hurricanes, and then some work in a minority of churches with disaffiliation. And so we were just trying to define who we are as United Methodist, kind of unapologetically, unashamedly, joyfully, who we are, what are our strengths, what's our way of life, just our identity. And so the book really is very simple. It's short. It was written to be non-intimidating. And it's just about our way of life as Methodists. We didn't start as a denomination 2 centuries ago because we had a doctrinal controversy. We felt like we had a living faith that we needed to actually just own and live more deeply. And so the book is about three values. The first one is grace. The second one is connection. The third one is holiness. And grace is about how the grace of Jesus Christ saves us, how we need the grace of God in our lives, and how in a difficult, complex season, I need to show more grace to other people. We've not always been at our best, and we need grace from others. We need grace from God. And we're called to be people who extend grace. And then the connection is just that we're better together. We were designed to be a body, to be a connection, to do mission together, to support each other, to build each other up, to watch over one another in love. That requires patience. That's about reconciliation. That's naming that we don't all think alike about everything. Wesley preached about that in a sermon on the Catholic spirit. And then the third part of the book is about holiness. And for Methodists, holiness is not separation from unholy people. Holiness is love of God and neighbor, Matthew 22. That's the way the Wesleys always talked about holiness, personal holiness and social holiness. And we're on a journey toward that. That's what it means to spread scriptural holiness, to share the love of God and neighbor. John Wesley wrote about this. Charles Wesley sang about it. And that's kind of who we are. And my big idea, if there's a big idea in this short book, is that grace, connection, and holiness are our channels to healing. And that we all are in need of healing after the pandemic, after the polarization, after the losing friends for this reason and that reason, family relationships being strained. So the book has a lot about all of this, but ultimately it's about how we can be healed and how we can be healing people for others. And I share briefly in the book that last summer, I had an injury and broke my shoulder and fractured my humerus. And I ended up having lots of encounters with medical people, orthopedists, and in the end, everything worked out. But my prayer was, God, let the next person I meet be a healing person. And that could have been, and that was just, that turned out to be true. So one person was an MRI person, one was an office manager, one was a physician's assistant. And I think that's what the world is saying to the United Methodist Church. We hope you are a healing church. Let the next person I meet be a healing person, because we're all in need of some kind of healing. So that's really what the book's about. And I'm just so honored and thankful that you're engaging with it, and God's blessings to you.